Howdy, Possum Patty here, and I'm junk journaling, so come on along. Today in my journal, I would like to journal about the fact that it was the wettest July ever on record in this area. Right here I am. I've got one cat on my lap and the other one is banging at the door to come in. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. You know, when you have a journal and you can just write, rainiest July ever. But you know me, I'm very visual with my journaling. And I want to do something very visual. Now, the most obvious symbols for a rainy month, I guess, would be rain or umbrellas or rain gauges or something like that. But you know me, I like to observe nature. And when I was outside walking around on the lawn, I noticed this month of July, we had a lot of mushrooms. We've had so much rain. There are these little tiny mushrooms just popping up everywhere. So I thought I'd do a fun mushroom page in the journal, and I'm just thinking maybe I'll do a scrap busting magic mushroom page. So I'm going to look for a piece of paper to use as the background and cut it to this size. That'll be one thing I'm going to do. And then I think I'll go get a bunch of scraps and do a scrap busting. I have so many scraps, I can never bust all my scraps. But do like a scrap buster, and I think I'm going to glue a bunch of all different color papers down to a background paper and then draw some mushrooms and cut them out maybe and put them on the page. Put a little journaling card. And that sounds like messy and fun to me. So that's what I'm going to do. First I want to pick out a background page to fit here. So I'll be right back. I've got to go to the closet. Okay, I may go with this yellow and purple sort of paisley paper because it reminds me of a 60s pattern maybe, or boho pattern, a gypsy pattern. And this may go well with the mushrooms, which I want to be very colorful. I grabbed a bunch of scraps. Got a big pile here. And I'm going to not glue this in yet, I don't think. So I always have to put the book aside because the book is big, 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 big. Make some room. So let's see, I'll be doing this. And I think I'll keep knocking everything over. I'll glue the colored paper to this brown paper. A whole bunch of different colorful scraps. And then maybe I'll turn it over and draw the mushrooms on the back and cut them out that way. Okay, this is basically going to be a bit of an experiment, but I think I will glue the paper down with matte medium and then cover the top of them with a mixture of the matte medium and the extreme glitter Mod Podge. And then we'll see how that looks. So matte medium first. And I can't open this, so I'll be back. I think I'll just be intuitive about this and not think about it. No overthinking. just put on some matte medium and start putting these things down on here. Okay, there you have it, my hodgepodge of colors, patterns, even stuck a butterfly on there. And right now I'm putting a mixture of the Sparkle Mod Podge and matte medium just over the top, and then it'll take a while to dry. I might make 2 of these while I have the scraps and the supplies out on my desk. Oh, I learned a new word, and the new word is farrago. And that means a hodgepodge of all different things put together. So this is the Possum Patty Farrago paper, from which I'm going to make my magic mushrooms to journal about the wettest July ever on record. Because before records, we have no idea how much rain there was. And there's my bird clock. And that's the white-breasted nuthatch. Because it is Saturday morning. And I usually don't journal in the morning. But Mr. Possum's outside doing some lawn stuff. And I thought I would just get these papers made so they would have lots of time to dry. And then I will finish journaling later. The papers are dry now. They're a little bit wrinkly, but not too bad. And to test out my experiment, my idea here, I thought I would copy them. So I copied both of them, but they got a little bit of a shadow on them because, like I said, the paper is a little bit wrinkly. I guess I could have held them down more, but I don't know if that would have worked. Anyway, so what I did was draw a bunch of fun mushroom shapes on the copies, and I'm going to cut these out and arrange them on the page and see how they look. And I may or may not use this because it's really not as colorful as the original. Which one is that? That one's this one. Not as colorful and sparkly. But let's see how it looks. Well, I cut all the little mushroom shapes out, and I decided I'm going to go ahead and work with this copy and save the original paper for now. But I'm not quite sure I like it on the paisley. This might be too busy. So I was thinking, don't lose my mushrooms here. Make sure I got them all. About just making a watercolor background. I cut this to same size. And I got out my watercolors. And I got no room on the table. The table is very small. Get some water. And I gotta get a big brush. I got a big brush. There's a number 12. And I'm just going to do a just simple wash on the background. I'm going to put some browns here at the bottom. The cat wants to come up in my lap. And when she does this when I'm painting, she always gets her tail in there. And then I want, let's see, some green. Where's the dark green? Oh, too much green. Water that down. Another green, some of this green, some of that green. Thought I had an olive green. Is this it? Yeah. I like the olive green. Cat's climbing up on my shoulder. Now if you get a hair from your brush on your painting, you're supposed to leave it there and pick it off when the painting dries. Oh, I think I got it. This is inexpensive watercolor paper. The cat is sitting on my shoulder. You know, if you're doing a bit green background, you should add in just a touch of blue and yellow, because blue and yellow make green. That gives you a nice olive green there. I'm going to dry this real quick. I just want a pale background. The paper's all scratched. And then another hair. Where's the mushroom? Watercolors tend to dry a little bit lighter, so I may just put a little more color back in. I'll put a little bit of this olive. That's a pretty blue right there. I like that there. I'm not going to touch that. Put just a little bit more over here maybe. Okay, I see one more spot down here. I'm going to leave the top a lighter color. And those bubbles. Okay, I'm going to dry this. Okay, while the background was drying, and this is how it came out. I have some nice soft edges and a couple little hard edges, and that's fine. I like the colors. So while that was drying, I took my, what is this? It is a Sizzix, Tim Holtz, this little fern die, which is pretty small. It's only this big. And I took some more of the scraps that were sitting here and cut out a whole bunch of ferns, because I just may decorate the bottom of the page with these. And I have some solid colors and some patterns and even a couple of sparklies. And I think I'm going to go ahead and just use the copies and not the original, what do you call these, masterboards, because this is kind of thick. I know I might save this for something else, but I am going around the edge with this Memento Pear Tart, just around the edge a little bit, like this, where it's all white. And I am using this, I have a couple here. They're called Ink Tents by Derwent, and they are water soluble. And I have two greens here, kind of an olive and sort of almost a blue green. And doing a little bit of shadows on these, just a little bit like under the cap of the mushroom there. I might not do all of them, we have to see. And here comes the cat again. She is just in a mood today. And let's see, I'm going to go around this with the ink first. She's being very, very, very clingy. And nosy. Wants to know what's going on. Okay, this one looks like a morel, doesn't it? Morels kind of have these spots on them, indentations. Yeah, let's put a little green on the stem here. And using just a tiny bit of water because this is cardstock and I don't want it to pile. And I have a whole bunch of mushrooms, so I like this fat one. They're not all going to fit on the page, I don't think, but that's okay. I'll save them for something else. I cut these all out of one sheet, so I still have more left. Yeah, but I usually do like a one-off. Sometimes I do something and I like never get around to doing it again, but we'll see. In the corners, when I can't get in the corners, I'm just using this little sponge from the Dollar Tree. And then let's see, just going to put a little line under the cap like that, just like a little bit of a shadow. And a little, excuse me, shadow along the edge. And where's my brush? Just touch it with some water. It gives it just a little bit of a shadow. Okay, I'm going to do a few more and see how many I can fit on the page. Okay, my mushrooms are ready to glue down, and as soon as I have these glued down, I will take my little bitty ferns and maybe place a few along the bottom. And then I got some stickers. I thought about adding these dragonfly stickers. Nice and shiny. I could put a little frog on one of the mushrooms, couldn't I? Or I have these little fairy buttons that I can add. And somewhere on there I have to do my journaling. I decided to do a little doodling because it wasn't enough that I Mod Podged and glued and cut and copied and painted and what else did I do? Oh, I used my Big Shot to make the die cuts. Now I have to doodle. And the cat is still bothering me. I don't know what her problem is today. She's like been staring at me all day. Just gazing up into my face. Well, I don't think I did what I started off to do. But that doesn't matter, I guess, right? I like these tall ones here. It looks like a little button. Did I get everybody? Did I get everybody? Hard to do this with a cat in my lap. I think this one's my favorite though. A tall pointy one. Okay, I think I got everybody. Got all my ferns glued down. And I want to do my journaling. And then I think maybe if I have room I'll put some dragonflies. So let's see. What did I want to say? Okay, July 2021. Oh, come on, I can't write with the cat. Oh, I put her down for a minute. July 2021. Rainiest. Let's see. R-A-I, Rainiest. Rainiest. Is that a word? Rainiest? Rainiest. July. E-V-E-R. Exclamation. Okay, July 2021, rainiest July ever. And put down my dragonflies. Gotta put down my dragonflies. Gotta put one over there. And we got a nice big one. got a lot of glue on my hands. Nice big one right there. And we got one side view. Three. Oh, there's one little teeny tiny one. Okay, we'll put the little teeny tiny one back there. Is that glued down? Yeah. And we have a happy frog. A happy frog, and he can sit right there. Oh, I like that. Okay, one more thing to do, and that is to what? Glue it into my journal. And there is my magic mushroom forest for the rainiest July ever, to record how many mushrooms we had in the lawn. Of course, these don't look anything like the mushrooms that we had in the lawn, but that's okay. This was a lot of fun. A lot of fun and a lot of work. So I just want to wish everybody happy junk journaling, and thanks for coming along today. Bye-bye now.